Right, folks, it's that time of the year. Is it really that time of the year? I don't know. Anyway, it's time to bust some fish keeping myths. So, where do we start? First of all, as you can see from my previous videos, the water level has dropped about halfway. Now, that means I have not clearly added, or, well, that means one thing is that I've not changed water for a good month. I'd say over a month. So how is it then? And by the way, this is how my filter is performing. As you can see, literally, it's just dripping. Okay, so I wouldn't even call minimum. That's just, I mean, clearly the filter is clogged up. That's why it's performing like that. So how have I? And this has been like this for a good, I would say, 3 weeks. So how is it then over a month and my fishes are still alive? And on top of that, I've been using, I'll see if I can find you these strips that I have here. These ones, here we are. See, these strips, what I've been using, you can get them off eBay. I think it's about a pack of 50 or 200, I think. Something like that anyway, for a couple of pounds, literally. These will give you the reading for chlorine, pH, and alkaline. So I've been checking my water for those things primarily. Why am I doing that? To save money. I mean, you're ridiculous. You know, if I were to test my water once every week and buy those expensive strips, I think I had some. Yeah, these ones. There we are, these ones. 6-in-1. These are fantastic, make no mistake of it. But do you know how expensive these are? I think you get about 20 something or whatever in a tub like this for about £12. That's quite a bit of money to spend on, okay? And for the other readings like nitrate and ammonia, I can do that with my nose. So it's a matter of simply going over and literally taking a sniff. Just sniff the water or the air around it. That will give you good indication whether the ammonia is in check, whether it's balanced or if it has spiked or if it's too much. Okay, that's that. So to check for ammonia, just use your nose, literally. Smell for basically really bad smell. That's really it. And it's obvious. That smell is really obvious. Obviously you have normal smell like fish tank smell, you'll have that naturally, but that smell, it's natural. I mean, when you're exposed to it the very first time, you'll be like, whoa, that's fishy smell. After a few days it becomes norm to you, therefore you won't be able to smell it even. Okay, as for the ammonia, I mean, that's something you cannot get accustomed to. Your nose will pick it up even from distance, even from another room. So that's one way to tell if your ammonia level is, if it has spiked or not. And obviously, then we need to change your water, 25% or whatever, basically to bring it down. But in my case, as you can see, I have not done that for a while, and that's due to a number of factors. That's due to these live plants. These live plants, I had one that's gone now. It's been eaten by these pesky snails I've got everywhere. I can't be bothered to get rid of them right now. I'll deal with them later. I've just been so busy lately. I haven't had the time to really look after my tank. I've neglected it, if I'm frank. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to do before and after video. I'll do one bit later once I add more water. I've bought a siphon, so I'm going to hoover, vacuum the, well, not hoover really, vacuum the substrate, get rid of whatever gunk that I can. So yeah, today I'm going to do some proper maintenance and go from there. But like I said earlier on, is that these plants, what they do, they will eat away excess nitrate and nitrogen and stuff like that, and it will convert that into oxygen. As you can see, also another myth is that I don't have a air stone. So what about the oxygen in the tank? Well, simple as this. That's a myth. You don't need an air stone to circulate air into the water. Actually, a filter will suffice. As long as the filter breaks the surface of the water, that is enough to circulate or generate oxygen, or actually enable oxygen to enter water. That's more like it. But yet that hasn't been performing very well, as you can tell. So what's happening is that because I've got so many fishes, they, as you can see right at the top, they're breaking the surface when they're swimming, and in doing so they're naturally adding oxygen to the water. In nature itself, do you have a filter like that? No, you don't. So what happens to reservoirs and places like that, and rivers that have a steady flow? How do you get water into that in the water? It's because of wind, surface breakage, and so on. So as long as the surface of the water is broken, that is enough to circulate, well, enable oxygen and air to get into the, more so oxygen to get into the water. Okay, so do you really need an air stone? No, you don't. I mean, even if your filter wasn't working, your fish is going to be alive still. I mean, like I said, all my fishes are alive, and they have been so for the past, well, I'd say more than 3 weeks actually. Okay, so yes, let's recap again. Do you have to change the water once every 10 days? No, you don't. Clearly, you don't have to. Unless your setup is all wrong, then I guess you have to. But my setup is really, I would say, rudimentary. It's really basic. All I've got, a substrate, bunch of plants into the substrate, and a filter that doesn't even work properly. But I think the key factor, I suppose, I have this snail, these horn snails, I believe, tiny horn snails. They have been keeping the ram's horn snail. They have been keeping the ammonia checked. So excess food and waste are broken down by the snail. So they do good stuff, I have to say. However, the key factor is that I actually regulate how much I feed. I'll give them a little bit at a time until you'll know that they've had enough. They can't really eat anymore. And what I do is that I split that feeding routine to twice a day. So once in the morning and once in the evening. That's about it. I use both flakes and pellets because I got cories and catfish. That has grown. It's gone massive since I've done videos about a month ago now, I think. So so far this is the feedback. I think when it comes to fish keeping, guys, relax, yeah, take it easy, chill out a bit, man and woman. You know, you don't have to plug all this air stone and change the water and all this malarkey. Seriously, it's fine. Okay, just keep an eye on pH level. Okay, pH level. Use your nose to sniff for smell, bad odor coming from the fish tank, and that is your indicator that that the tank has too much nitrate or ammonia, which case you do your water change. Simple as that.